Hey everybody, welcome back to Art by Galen. I'm Galen Eilenfeld, and today I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should never compare yourself to another artist. Before we get into today's topic, I'd noticed after I uploaded the video of the Final Fantasy 15 time-lapse of this character Cindy that I forgot to do her goggles. And I immediately felt stupid, like as soon as I uploaded it. So I'm going to work on that while I talk to you guys. Okay, so the first reason why you should never compare yourself to another artist is simply to have a level playing field. Competing with other artists is never a fair thing. This way you only have to worry about yourself. The other person, they may have more practice in one particular skill than you do. They may have been able to put in more time. They may have, have had more money to put towards education. There's far too many factors for it to ever be fair. And when you're competing with yourself, it's always going to be a level playing field. Even if 2 people have exactly the same amount of practice or education in art, it still has potential to be a huge difference between those 2 people. For instance, saying I've been an artist for 5 years, and not talking about me, but just in general. Like if somebody says, okay, I've been an artist for 5 years, that can mean a very different thing between people, How much art did they do in that 5 years? Are they doing, 1 drawing a month, or are they doing 2 or 3 drawings a day? That's going to lead to a vast difference in skill level. And so that's the first reason, level playing field. Only compare your work to your work. Second thing is, save yourself frustration. You want to rid yourself of all those negative feelings like, I'm not good enough, or I'll never be as good as the people who I admire, or any of that. Because by not comparing your work to the work of others, what you're allowing yourself to do is not being bogged down by those negative thoughts. They don't do anything for you. They don't help you in any way. And you're not going to learn anything by telling yourself you're not good enough. You have to just try. And the third thing is to improve more effectively. We, as artists and as people, we only have a limited amount of time here to do what we enjoy doing. Your time is precious, especially as an artist, because we can only learn so much in our lifetimes. We can only apply so much in our lifetimes. And you cheat yourself out of that precious time when you spend time comparing yourself to other people. And I suppose that could apply to life in general, but we're applying it here just as artists. It's different if you're looking for inspiration, or if you're studying somebody else's work that you admire or that you aspire to. That's not the same thing as comparing yourself to that and then trying to break yourself down because of it. If you compare your work now to the work you were doing a month ago, as long as you're drawing a little bit every day, you should be able to see a fairly decent amount of growth in your work. And by seeing where you're growing the most and where you're not growing the most, you can effectively decide what areas you need to try to improve on. And you can only get that by comparing your work to your work. You can't get that by comparing your work to other people's work. And the bottom line is, if you're truly passionate about your art, then you're going to be doing art anyways. So why not do it effectively and give yourself as many advantages as you can, and none of these roadblocks that get in the way by you comparing your work to other artists' work. I'm going to jump into time-lapse for just a second while I finish these goggles up, and then we're going to talk just a little bit more about this. I want to thank you for joining me for today's topic. If you have anything to add to the conversation, be sure to drop me a comment below. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more. Also want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Cage over at the Cage Creations YouTube channel. He does a lot of woodworking and 3D printing stuff, and he made me this awesome little gift of a 3D printed YouTube play button. I took some red enamel to it to paint it, but it looks pretty awesome. I think it's going to look good if I put it right over here. But until next time, I hope you guys have an awesome holiday season, and I will see you then. Take care.